that Audi wants to take me. Oh, got a lot of stuff in the car. What are you doing, bro? Get back, bro! Get back! So what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Whoa! Don't push me to VTEC! Don't! Okay, it's not that fast. Okay, it was quick. It was quick. I pushed it to 8,000 then. Gosh, needed to do that anyway. Like, he ain't been crossed that in so many years. And I've done it after a long time. That Audi got took out by an NA Civic. You seen him? He was like this, with his shades on. He's trying his best. I think that's him on the right. Oh no, there he is. Put his foot down. There he is. Oh, he's angry. Sorry, bro. Buy yourself a VTEC Type R. What do you think now then? Is it quick or not? But I just like to say that this car, again, we spoke to my co-pilot, that boosted Civics are just too quick, and it makes the NA Civic, you don't feel it anymore. It's not quick anymore. I mean, you get the odd little giggles, but it's not aggressive. It's not, you know, like ah. But then the crazy thing is, if you haven't driven a boosted Civic, a VTEC NA Civic will feel fast. It will feel scary. It will feel like it's fast, we're going. But it completely disappears when you be in a boosted Civic. It literally changes the whole car, and you don't ever want to go back into an NA Civic ever again. But all in all, it was an enjoyable car. It still is. If am I going to get one again? If it's cheap, of course I would. You can enjoy the car for what it is, but nothing beats a boosted Civic. I've driven a K20 swapped EG with cams running 260 brake, and you don't feel the boost in it. But what you do feel is the VTEC starts at 3,000. You are constantly in VTEC, so the revs and everything, the cab of the car is constantly. I'd like to have it against a boosted. The thing is, you don't feel fast, but I think it will be equivalent to a boosted Civic. Probably beat a boosted Civic. Boosted Civic is so addictive. Like, it's so like, you can't get bored of it. You can't. But the NA Civic can do things that a boosted Civic can't do, and that is, you see, like this, you can give it all, and you can give it in the bends. You can slow down. You can, like, you know, in a boosted Civic, you gotta be a bit more careful. It goes left and right because of the torque steer, and you're worried that in a bend it might grip or it might overpower, and you won't lose it. So in a NA Civic, you can feel the car more. So I'm not saying a boosted Civic is better. You have to make a choice, because if you're in a boosted Civic, you know that you're a straight liner car. You're gonna go full whack. I think if someone's done an NA Civic really well and they took me on a track, I'll be like, whoa. But like, you know, when you're in an NA Civic, you don't feel like you're doing 100. But in a boosted Civic, you're constantly in fear, like, this car is fast, fighting, just to iron it out. I think in an NA Civic, you won't have headaches of problems, fuel problems, temp problems. In this Civic, you won't have to worry about anything. You can drive it to the death of it, and you won't have to worry about any problem. I want a NA like Frank build, or a cams that's running about 260, 250 brake, like the EG one. Like, I don't want a slow one. I want the best NA you can get. This car is rapid. Honestly, I feel like this car feels slow. I think it'll still keep up with the boosted Civics. If this was tuned, it will be quick. And the conclusion is, NA Civic, boosted Civic, they're not any better. They're just two different choices, and they're both good. That's it. I love this car. I love it. You don't have to worry about a thing, and you gap a German car. Come on. VTEC, let's go. can't get this from other cars at all. Beautiful sun, beautiful B road. What more do you want? Am I in 5th gear? I am in it. Come on, come on. Rock that VTEC. Come on, come on. Oh gosh. Whoa, leaves as well. Woo. That car was flying. This car is made for the V roads. Never mind motorway driving. Another thing I wanted to mention was, you know, who knew when this was after the EK9 Type R, which people wasn't really into, when this come out in 2001 or 2000, I think it's 2001, 2002. When they first come out, the pre-facelift, which is this, it changed the world of VTEC. It really did. In the UK, everybody had one, and it was keeping up with Subarus, STs, RSs, and you'd think like, what? How is that Civic keeping up? Oh, geez. Oh, tractor time. There you go. Nice view, by the way. So as I was saying, my ADHD is kicking in. This car from 2002, we're in 2025 now. Over 23 years later, people are now realizing, not realizing now, but the majority, those people in the Honda community that already knew, but now everybody's realizing that these engines, you boost them or you do NA build, swap them in any car you want, and you will get crazy results. Who would have thought of that back then? Honestly, back 2002, who would have thought that? It just comes to show that this car and the engine was ahead of itself, ahead of time, way before 2002, and it's mad. These K20 engines have just changed the world. 23 years ago. Mad. Bonkers, shall I say. And we've had the opportunity right now to drive one right now. Like, one day, we don't know, this engine might be boosted, it might be on the track, you know, and these engines last for a long time. I'm pretty sure Jeremy Clarkson mentioned it top, one of the most reliable engines ever made. So it leaves me on to say K-swap the world. And that's why we built a boosted EK Civic. We are going to be building a boosted EG Civic, and we have got a boosted FN2 Type R Civic. You know, that's 3 boosted Civics. So I think it's time that we maybe do an NA build, or who knows, I think the ultimate goal and the ultimate like thing to do is try to hit 10 seconds in a car, and I think the best car to do it in is in a boosted Civic. Well, yeah, any EG, the most likely Sashi will boost it.